Greetings and hello. This is Joelle, and I am the Viberarian. I love saying that. It's so exciting for me. I am here to elevate, enlighten, and empower, and I'm undertaking that process for myself. I'm on here sharing in case you too can be elevated, enlightened, and empowered by my share. So I'm here for In the Cards. This is my show where we get into decks that I have. We talk cards. We've got the community chat going, and we'll be taking questions from folks if you have any. And I'm getting ready. Let me light my I picked up this beautiful little Ancestors and Angels candle over the weekend. I'm just coming down from the Peace of Mind Expo. It was held here in the Atlanta area up in Gwinnett County. And I had my little booth set up, had a great time, met so many people, got some new subscribers. Thank you so much. I appreciate connecting with you. And I look forward to continuing to take this spiritual journey together. So there's so much going on. If you saw my title card tonight, it is Turbulent Times. And we know that turbulence is something that you can experience on the airplane. And it's when there's a sudden drop in the cabin pressure, or there's a sudden wave of energy that's unexpected that you kind of have to rebalance for. And unfortunately, in some cases, people have been injured, severely injured recently because of the extreme turbulence that they experienced. So we are going to see what guidance can come through to help us be able to navigate this experience. Hello to Good Vibe Tribe. Hey, Jackie, good to see you out there. I appreciate you tuning in. The rest of the collective, Stacy, Tanya, LaTanya, all of you who are streaming, the regulars, and of course, then the new folks too. So drop a comment. Let me know if you're around. Let me go ahead and play with the technology here. All right. So I love cards. I think that they are a wonderful way for us to have a nuanced conversation with our guides and with spirit. And as you can see from my collection, I have a deck for every situation. But before I go somewhere, before I do a reading with a client, I tune in to see which tools I'm supposed to use for that particular session. And it never fails to just amaze me how the messages can be so magical when I read these decks. So I'm going to give you an example here of something that happened this weekend. It was a great time. We were out there at the Peace of Mind Expo. You can look them up on Instagram and online. They'll be back, I think, this fall in the Gwinnett. We were at the Gwinnett County Fairgrounds. There were over 80 vendors there. So the energy was just amazing to see. There were holistic services, excuse me, grow your own garden, juicing, biologic dentistry, sound healers, sound instruments, living foods, massage therapists, chiropractors, tarot, oracle card. It was just a beautiful resonance, really kind of just high from the experience of all the good that I experienced. Then, of course, I had to rest and recuperate and ground down my energy once the event was over. So I'm going to share with you a picture of a card that came in, a beautiful young sister who was at the booth next to me, and she had been providing healing hands and services, and her whole little group was just beautiful. They were doing living foods, and they had a lemongrass and mullein beverage available, and different tonics that they have available at like Sevenanda and Gia's Organic if you're down here in the Atlanta area. I'll have to get some of the names of these vendors together to share with you on a non-cards reading, because there really was a great community, and I do anticipate interviewing some of them for the channel in the coming weeks. So the card that came up for this young lady was Speak Your Truth. Now, there we go. We found the right light. Now, if you look here, it's Speak Your Truth. Now, I'm going to share with you what the actual oh my gosh moment was, because she had to share it with me. I knew that she was like vibrant and just powerful and popping in her energy and had a sweet spirit. But then she just started like being amazed when this card came out, and she was like, butterflies are my thing. They're like my symbol. So much so, let me share this, that she had it tattooed. And so we were both amazed that we would see here above her throat chakra this beautiful butterfly. And this is why you just never know why the deck is selected. It's for you, it's for me, but it's also for the person who is sitting there who will receive the specific image that is needed to help them confirm. And again, when you get a reading from somebody, it's really just confirming for you what you already know. Okay, so that was just like one of the special moments of many that I had. So I wanted to bring that out this evening. And you can see here on this card, it actually is some kind of wind and air and energy uplifting and taking this butter from its place of transformation out into the world. And so let's look at the energy of 22 and speak your truth. We have a lot of things going on where people are out there trying to speak up for themselves, to speak up when they've been disempowered or overlooked, or maybe holding and repressing inside of themselves something that really needs to be spoken. And then we also have the opposite experience of that with people who are speaking their truth so loudly to the exclusion of not being able to hear anyone else's perspective because their own is so loud. So we're trying to find like a happy medium and a balance on that. So it says here that being aware of your feelings is one thing, but learning how to express how you feel in a calm and balanced manner can sometimes be a challenge. It is important to understand that speaking your truth does not mean that it will be understood or accepted by others, and it doesn't need to be. The only thing that matters is that you are able to give your feelings a voice and acknowledge how you truly feel. The more you are able to acknowledge and identify how you genuinely feel, the stronger the relationship you have with yourself will become. It is not about being right or wrong. It is simply about knowing and practicing what it means to honor yourself through verbal communication. Now is the time to speak your truth freely. All right. So, being out at that event this weekend, I was just freely bringing in the guidance that was there for me to be able to be a vessel and a conduit for, and it felt good. I had a lot of energy flowing through my throat chakra down from the higher realms and outwards to people. And so I experienced kind of like a new capacity, so to speak, with the amount of messages that I was able to deliver. And it was really awesome. And it felt good and empowering. All right. So this is so interesting because this deck that I chose was the New Orleans deck. Now, we all know that in New Orleans, Hurricane Katrina was one of those disasters that caused a lot of turbulence. It disrupted people's lives in a huge way. If you haven't caught my recent video about the tornado warning and the storms on the horizon, please check it out. I'm going to put the links in the description below so you can catch up. So one of the things that video was for me was an exercise in speaking my truth, because I don't often share my dream visions, or I hadn't been sharing them, but I said yes to spirit and decided that I would speak my truth, even if it is, well, I guess I can say, even if it's not received. I'm getting the image of Noah in the ark, and how, there's a meme that goes around that says they laughed at Noah until it started raining. So one of the things that it's funny because I'm clearing my throat there in an ironic chuckle, but one of the things that I was getting messages about was that there was an impending situation, and make sure that you had enough water at home to make sure that your family was okay for a period of time. And I was providing information from the Red Cross and the emergency folks, but it was really impressed upon me to make sure that you had adequate water. Now, I live in an apartment complex, so if they decide to shut down the water in the building, I'm at the whim of that. And until they decide to turn it back on once they've repaired something, then I'm out of luck. So I've tended to keep a lot of water on hand anyway. But on Friday, because I honor my own guidance, I was out and about, and I went ahead and there was a big old thing of water as I was checking out Lowe's, getting a Peace Lily. And there was a big thing of water, and I said, well, let me just go on and get it now. Now, little did I know that at that time, Atlanta was experiencing a water main break that wound up impacting the entire weekend. So all my guidance about the water, being prepared and having that, thankfully, we were all prepared. Everyone that I talked to was actually okay, even though there were some inconveniences. And the water was continued to erupt and shut down businesses in the downtown area, and then in residences where people weren't able to shower or flush their toilets, and there was a boil water advisory. And so again, knowing that in turbulent times, you're going to receive the information that you need to be able to weather the storm. You'll be able to get the oxygen mask on if you take care of yourself first and make sure that you're okay. And that's not selfish, that is self-care, but you are going to be okay. So if you feel guided to speak something to someone, honor that, because you never know when what you are getting ready to speak could be just the thing needed to confirm for them where they are going and what they might need to do. The trusting in myself to get the decks that I needed, and knowing that spirit would use that deck to speak to the people who I read with. And then she was able to receive the affirming message about standing and speaking her truth in a way going forward that was visible in that moment. So as I said, I was at Lowe's picking up a plant and it's a peace lily. And do you know 2 people wound up having peace lily cards that I wound up pulling? And this is from the Ashati Oracle card. So I'm going to read this as well. This is card number 24. And as you can see, these beautiful lilies, my poor little peace lily does not like the soil that I put it into. My green thumb is very challenged. But so the white flower has started to darken a little bit. I need a plant guru to come help me like bring her back to life. But here's this: meditate and connect. And you can see it's like going inward to the inner light and focused on the inside. And that is one of the things, the area where we can control ourselves is our inner world, our inner response. So like if the plane starts going up and down, all you can do is remain buckled in and secure. Okay, so let's make sure that we just go to a place of feeling secure, even if we're responding to some form of turbulence. And then out of the sky fall the things that we need. If you're on a plane, the oxygen drops down. What you need will come from above to be able to make sure that you are going to be okay. And the key is to find the place within, meditate, connect, and stay tuned to your inner guidance. So I'm going to share what that message was. Again, this is from the Ashati Oracle deck. So here it says, the world within you is expanding, and you are now able to reach different levels and higher perspectives. Our outer world is a mirror of our inner world, as the reality we manifest stems from what is going on within us, including the limitations we impose on ourselves, often from beliefs, fears, and expectations, whether conscious or subconscious. You are being guided to take time to meditate regularly, explore your inner world of thoughts and emotions, and connect with your intuitive guidance. As you discover more about your inner world, your outer reality will shift and change, and you will be able to more easily see the link between the two. Only then can you start to truly master your existence in this life and beyond. Okay, so let's talk about how if you focus externally, there is a lot of things to make you go up and down, in and out, angry, sad, upset, happy, elated. If you're always then responding to that rather than sitting from within the place where you've found the stillness, you found your peaceful, still voice that is calm and just direct and straightforward versus the constant pressure of look, problems, emergency, oh my gosh, destability, all this kind of energy, right? And it definitely can drag you from one thing to the next. So this will help us discern, to listen with detachment to the information that comes to us. If you need to unplug from media and technology, don't be afraid that you're going to miss something because you're not tuned in to the ticker tape. All right, turbulent times and ticker tapes. Don't worry about it, because you will know what you need to know when you know it, and you will not walk into something unawares if you have followed and tuned into that inner self. So I wanted to get additional guidance from the New Orleans deck, since we're talking about surviving turbulent times and what can be disrupted when water flows through. And then I'm going to also pull a sacred geometry card to see what the language of symbols, mathematics, and forms has to say to us right now about maintaining harmony in the turbulence. And then we're also going to see what the sea says about where we are from the soul journeys of the sea. Connect with the healing power of the ocean deck. So that's what I have lined up for the rest of the reading. And let me say that we thought that they announced, the water issues have been fixed on Monday. Well, Tuesday, when I came into my bathroom, water had come up from the main pipe in the apartment, and my bathroom and part of my closet and bedroom were flooded. Now, because I am attuned to the water, and I also, have been blessed to work with Yamaya and Oshun and the water mothers and the water energy. I guess also the crab of Cancer, which is my rising sign. I'm a Libra sun, but that nurturing, mothering womb water energy just has enveloped me, and it is just a beautiful blessing to me. So whenever now when I see water, I'm like, okay, what are you trying to move? What is trying to stir up? What needed to be brought to my attention from this water experience? So when the young gentleman came to, I want to say it was Clearview or something like that was the company, to extract the water and begin the process of fixing everything, I said, so how are things? He said, there's water mains breaking everywhere, all over town. We're so busy. And I said, oh, really? They said that it was all taken care of. He said, no, there's problems everywhere. So, the fact is that when the water main that they first went off, it was like 100 years old. There's pictures of it. It's big and rusty with a hole. Now, Atlanta has continually put off fixing the infrastructure while they build new things on top of these old pipes. Ever since I was in college in the 90s, when they were building the Georgia Dome, the area known as the Bottoms in Vine City was constantly flooding, and that was adjacent to where this issue was. But everything is connected. There is no separation. So from one place to the next, down to Midtown, where the hotels were, the Georgia Aquarium closed, they canceled events. And then when they go to pressure test to make sure the new pipe is on, other areas of weakness, because there has been an ebb and flow, then the places where they are weak, then all of a sudden become a problem. So I know there were people who were still without good water as of yesterday. I know I'm still in the process of straightening out my environment and returning it back to its state. And I'm going to take the opportunity, before I just push everything back into my closet, to go through and cut down some of the things that were probably in there that I had been ignoring, that now have been pulled out so that I can look at them. And we all need to do that in, turbulent times. It causes us to take an inner assessment to see what needs to be taken care of. So we're going to see what additional information wants to come out from the New Orleans deck now to talk about this time that we're in. Guidance related to water and change that is unexpected, where there has been a delay in fixing something. Like in New Orleans, they knew that the levees, the Army Corps of Engineers had been saying that the levees were going to be a problem if there was ever a large amount of rain. So it turns out they were right. And hindsight is 2020, and mismanagement of that situation led to it being compounded. So we'll want to make sure that we're following a divinely orchestrated plan so that we will not compound a situation when it arises. All right. So all right, what do we have here? Oh, wow. Dreams. And if you look in here, let me get the bottom card set so I can put this deck down. Okay, look at this. In the dreams, there is water in the background. There's a dream catcher and feathers. And this is card number 9. 9s are talking about conclusion times. This is so interesting for me because I've been receiving messages in dreams, and that is what I have been sharing on the channel. And I have a dream catcher next to my bed. So this is beautiful energy. And I can see here the moon. Okay. The moon is where the hidden of the divine mysteries are able to be shown forth. We have the ocean and the water and the energies here. And of course, the feathers of, to me, feathers are my angels and ancestors. So whenever I see feathers and pennies and things like that, of course, that's a sign for me. But this is beautiful because there's also somewhat of a piece here. And then we have the nautical spiral here in the corner, which for me, the nautilus speaks of Saraswati and sound and the frequency of Fibonacci going forward as well. So let's see here. Ooh, all right, number 9, dreams. Okay. I'm sighing a little bit because my dreams sometimes are very, very intense. And I experience things in them that I would not want to experience in real life that, that are very, very visceral, in that I can feel myself doing the thing. Like in some cases, if I'm fighting some form of like a zombie being, I can feel myself like gouging and punching, or if I'm being stabbed or shot, I can feel the impact, but not the pain. But I definitely feel like the energy of the experience. But again, it's not, well, I can't say that it is not intense because I've woken up in tears or shaking and things from some of these experiences. But my dreams about the event, the rainbow wave, and the event of energy that's passing across the planet, and of course the turbulence and tornadoes, are very pressing and vivid dreams that I remember today. So it says there is a fine line between a conscious state and a dreaming state. During your dreaming state, your dreams can represent premonitions as well as simple energy outlets for your underlying thoughts and concerns. Now is the time to pay careful attention to your dreams. Keeping a dream journal, whether verbal or written, will help you recall your dreams. It will also provide a frame of reference that can help you to decipher the messages and themes that your guides and higher self want to share with you. Your dreams may be trying to tell you something important about how you really feel about things that go on in your life when you are awake. These may be feelings that you do not fully understand, or ones that you may be trying to ignore. Okay, and I do that. I'm not good at writing in the morning especially, but I am good at talking. And so I am so grateful for my friend, my sister circles that I can call and just say, all I have to say is dream. And they know I'm getting ready to put together everything that I can remember. So for example, this week I did have a dream that someone was having a stroke, and I relayed that information. And then later in that day, I was like, oh my goodness, I forgot to tell you, so-and-so had a stroke. They were only 34 years old. So it wasn't the person in the dream, but the fact that the word stroke was said like that many times in one day let me know that yes, my guidance was correct. It was coming in, but just not exactly where it was from. And of course, 34 is a 7, and 7 is always my dream, okay, I spoke it right, but that's always my divine feminine calling card. Number 7 lets me know I'm tapped into that energy. So let's see what else the New Orleans deck wants to say. Oh, look at this, Gaia and growth. Look at that. She's all tapped in here in the conscious. The third eye is open. We've got the aura and the wave. And again, on the water and nurturing in the womb, this beautiful humanity, this beautiful earth. So we are dreaming into being the new conscious reality that will manifest as a response to our vibration. So being very careful, and that we are envisioning the positivity that comes from this turbulence instead of any kind of horror and any kind of situation that would manifest us into a lower vibrational reality. So like being tapped in, being connected, you can see here also this aura, wave, the rainbow around that golden orb, making sure It's like the sun as well, like a sun and solar eclipse. Now we are getting ready to experience some energy of space weather from the sunspots that have been erupting and sending out particles. So it's very important to ground your vessel, to touch the earth, and to make sure that you're spending some time outdoors so that you can align with the frequency, because earth is doing her thing. She is taking care of her business, and that includes flushing the waters and shaking and trembling and all manner of things, right? So we can align and attune with her on that ascension journey and ride the waves, so to speak. All right. So, and this is 32, which is growth, which is 5 and change. So all of this will take us out of where we were in any stagnancy. So it says you are growing to trust yourself more. You are becoming more aware of your intuitive feelings and guidance. By allowing yourself the time and flexibility to honor and acknowledge these feelings, you are supporting yourself in having the most fulfilling life possible. Stopping to ask yourself how you feel about something as opposed to what you think about something can make all of the difference. Sometimes what feels right may not be the next logical step, but inevitably it will be what is for your highest good. All right, so we are not going to solve our problems by thinking. We are going to solve them by moving into harmonious balance with our feeling state and the triple, the mind, body, soul, but not to let the brain and the mind go away with us, because it just is going to come up with solutions and more problems and more solutions constantly. And so stepping out of that into the knowing, and that is beautiful, affirming guidance as well for me to continue to bring forward the messages and to trust myself in what I'm getting. Okay, I hear you, phone. Let me put this on mute. I didn't realize that I didn't have it on mute. And of course, everybody is saying hello, which is great energy. So thank you for your patience. All right. We're going to go into the Sacred Geometry deck by Phoenix Gateways, Emily Kisvarda. Phoenix Gateways, you can look her up on Instagram. Beautiful energy, beautiful spirit. I hope to talk with her someday on the show here. I've kind of thrown it out there a couple times. And of course, it's all in divine timing, because it's on me, right, to go ahead and move that energy forward. So I'm getting the nudge to do so. So if you're in the chat, would you pick a number 1, 2, or 3, and we will see what sacred geometry messages want to come forward to support us for these turbulent times when we are receiving dreams and visions of what is coming, and knowing that it is all for our growth and higher ascension of the planet. All right, number 1, thank you. Put that up here. All right, we're going for number 1. One more shuffle here. No, 2 more shuffles, they just said. Okay. And here's the second one. All right, pile number 1 top and pile number 1 bottom. All right, what do we have here? Ooh, this is beautiful card. Grounding and anchoring. Stay grounded. What did I just say? We have to stay grounded. This is beautiful because it is a pink and black and gold kind of sign image here. It's so weird trying to see myself in the camera and figure out where to position this. And what's awesome is I have here this beautiful rhodonite charger that I picked up from the last Crystal Matchmakers date night. This was my hot date and brought her home. This is a rhodonite charger, not charger, harmonizer piece, part of a pair. And as you can see, it is pink and black and swirls, and it is an energy of love. So I am definitely going to be grounding love into the planet. Earthing, look at how beautiful this vortex is that is right there. So I love that. One of the things that people are like, I don't like to put my feet on the ground, but I promise you, our natural state is to not have rubber on our soles or our feet. Just put your feet on some piece of earth, find a little corner and sit there with your toes, ground, anchor, open yourself up to the sun, allow that energy to come through. We are like lightning rods helping the earth transmute through. There's nothing that can happen to the atmosphere that doesn't happen to us because we're sitting here on this big rock, okay? If the rock is shaking and lightning is popping off and going from ground to sky instead of sky to ground, it's also coming up through us. So if you've been experiencing any kind of fatigue or tiredness, body issues, it will help you a lot if you find and make time to ground. All right, that's 39, and that's going to be a 12, which is a 3, balancing that mind, body, and spirit. All right, let's see here what it says. On the right spot. Okay, I am firmly grounded in my physical body. The grounding card has appeared to you today as a reminder of how important it is to keep grounded and allow yourself to maintain a connection and anchoring to the physical earth. As the Schumann's resonance or earth heartbeat increases and the vibrations of all around us is doing the same, from the microcosm to the macrocosm, it is becoming more and more imperative to ground and anchor our physical bodies to Mother Earth. Those most affected by this shift are healers and light workers. We spend so much time working at higher vibrations to do the work needed that we don't take the time to truly earth ourselves, or we actually don't realize that we are not fully grounded. Wow, I love that. Earth ourselves. Being fully grounded. That's the thing I knew I needed to come home from the expo this weekend and ground, because I had to allow all that energy, that high vibrational energy that I had been downloading into myself, to go ahead and dissipate and to settle me back down into this dimension a little more firmly. All right, so the sacred geometry of this card says, surrounding our physical body is an octahedral grid, or in 2 dimensions, a diamond. The top of this grid is connected to our soul star, and the bottom is connected to our earth star. Soul stars above here, earth stars below the feet. All right, we are adding new chakras to the 7 chakra system and bringing them online. To maintain a strong channel for energy to flow, it is imperative to not only anchor from above, but to do the same from below. This allows us to maintain our ability to be a conduit of loving, flowing energy while being balanced and in harmony with our surroundings. By focusing on the spiral within the square, with intention, see it pulling you back into the physical body and feel yourself firmly connected to the ground. The practical application: there are a number of ways in which grounding can be achieved. Here are a few useful examples. Visualizations and physical exercise are the best way to maintain our connection and fully anchor into our physical bodies. With eyes closed, envisage tree roots coming down your legs, working their way into Gaia. Allow them to travel deep within the earth and fully attach yourself to the ground. Going for long walks, gardening, walking on the beach, or going for a swim can do the same. Hugging a tree is wonderful as well. Make sure you drink plenty of water as this is a necessity and helpful. Now it says the card numerology is 55, or 1 as 5 plus 5, which equals 10, or 1 plus 0 equals 1. The crystal suggestions are smoky quartz, hematite, pyrite, and black tourmaline. Okay, I keep black tourmaline in my bedroom and all around. I have a beautiful piece of pyrite here. So I'm going to do some work with that as well, as I take this advice for myself that additional grounding is needed. Okay, beautiful, beautiful energy. Now let's see what was on the bottom of the deck for pile number 1. Oh, another beautiful card. I love it. See, it's so exciting to me because I don't look at the decks. I don't thumb through them. When I use them, then I use them. So a lot of times it's just delightful for me too, and a surprise. I do think I've got this card before because it has the whales on it. Now, let's see here. There we go. Awakening. I love it because we have here like this DNA kind of structure here bounded by whales. And I know that if you have listened at all to my channel, I have spoken about the stellar nations, which is a particular teaching that has been brought in by a beautiful group of souls in Hungary. And I've had my stellar Antares code with, and then I've had sessions with Leslie Shankman, who is a wise teacher, about what my code really meant. And in one of the stellar nations, the stellar nations of the whales, there is the constellations that have to do with the opportunity to redemption, the opportunity to come back into harmony and to come back into alignment. And our solar eclipse that we had a few weeks ago was over one of the constellations within the whale structure. So there's teachings there for that. I'm sure I'm going to get more downloads with it. But that idea also, if you've watched any of the Star Trek old movies with Spock, when he was like the whales were in the planet and his DNA was sent to rejuvenate himself. And the whales basically were singing the planet back to life and were the first ones that entered the primordial waters. Now, if you're a Star Trek fan and I quoted that wrong, please correct me in the comments because it's been a long time since I saw it. But that whale energy and listening to the sounds of whale music can be very activating as well. And as the consciousness keepers on the planet, just like the trees, they are the long memory holders, the memory keepers of the memory that is in water where they dwell. Water is completely revered and honored in indigenous cultures for its ability. It's never created or destroyed. It just changes form. So, sitting in water and asking to recall whatever that water can teach you and to give you, or speaking to your water to allow it to amplify its life into you, or putting intentions into your water is a thing. So you have here this singing of the whales and Akashic records and conscious evolution. So taking the planet to the next level. And we have these two beautiful cards grounding in a new paradigm of energy and creating a new structure on the planet. This is beautiful. I love this purple as well because we're talking about the transmutational power, the violet flame, and taking things to a higher frequency. So, and that crown chakra being open and connected into the cosmic structure of all that is. And it's the water crystals also, if you've ever heard of the Emoto experiments, where what you spoke to the water changed the crystalline structure. So we are going to ground in earth and speak into the new Akash of the planet, codes and frequencies that are a new vibration of love. So let us see. This is the 0 point card. This is 0. The very first one in this particular deck. So, oh my goodness. The greatest teacher is my soul. I am awakening and experience my soul communicating with me now in all I do. I'm going to say that again. I am awakening and experience my soul communicating with me now in all that I do. You are experiencing conscious evolution. You are vibrating at higher frequencies than ever before. You are awakening and attuning to your soul's calling as you walk your path in this physical lifetime. Time seems to move faster as these resonant shifts occur. Your conscious awareness of all life experiences increases, and you receive new information from higher vibrational realms that require processing and assimilation. Pay strong attention to your dreams and to your waking moments as the universe is giving you messages. Pay strong attention to your dreams and to your waking moments as the universe is giving you messages. Pay strong attention to your dreams and to your waking moments as the universe is giving you messages. This may manifest as deja vu, repetitive or palindromic numbers, like a feeling, a thought, a smell, or even a touch. Okay, so I'm giggling because I know sitting earlier, was it last night? It was last night having a conversation with Jackie. We were talking about the increased amplification of energy that we're feeling. And so I'm also giggling because one of the ways that she experiences spirit is through touch. And it used to be like, oh, but now it's like, okay, hi, hi, spirit, you're here. So I'm giggling. So the answer to your question is yes, we are. Okay. So the truncated octahedron is one of the Archimedean solids. That's ARCHIMEDEAN. Let me type that up here real quick here if I can. Oh, I don't even think I can. So I'm going to keep going. Archimedean solids. I'll put something in the notes. This solid has 14 faces. 14 is also my birth date number. I love that. Thank you. 8 faces are regular hexagons and 6 are square. The hexagon relates to the heart and the square to the earth. I love it. It is a representation of the earth heart and hence our connection to the all. Everything is connected through a multitude of vibrational frequencies as proposed by string theory and the quantum entanglement phenomena, as well as the theory of the 100th monkey effect. All right, so this practical application, here's a quote. If the brain is the radio's receiver, then the heart is the dial tuning the radio to the frequency of your choice. Okay, the heart is the frequency turning it to your choice, which is going to be love. Oh, I love it. Okay. Woo. To activate our light codes within our DNA, it is important first and foremost to come from a place of love. Cultivating this is for most of us a lifelong process along our journey. Open your heart and still your mind. Meditation, sound, integrated healing, complementary therapies, crystals, herbs, healthful eating, and exercise all play a role in the inevitable vibrational shifts we are experiencing. Journal your dreams, as our subconscious mind is a treasure trove of important information. As our frequency increases, our light codes are activated. And as we become aware, our gifts and ancient knowledge stir and become increasingly apparent. The awakening process, once aroused, is a lifelong journey. It is what helps guide us through this lifetime as a soul experiencing physical reality. Awakening is a sacred card. When this card is drawn, pull another card to place onto it. Whatever card the card is that you draw is what is suggested that you focus on now. For example, if you draw the frequency card 963 Hertz with awakening, know your awakening process is being accelerated. Honor it and work with it. Don't try to control the course you are on. Work with this frequency by playing the respective tones, meditating or writing, or maybe you can search for a teacher to help you on your path. This may be one-on-one or within a workshop. The card numerology is 4. The crystal suggestions are Larimar. Okay, Larimar. I always keep Larimar on. Herkimer diamond, apophyllite pyramids, and clear quartz. The animal medicine is whale, and the whale, starlight, owl, wolf, and snake medicine are all associated. Now, I'm laughing because sitting here next to me, let me just take a picture of it. This card fell out and it slipped off the little situation. So I knew that I needed to read it because they don't just ever come out unless I don't normally do jumpers. So when I get a jump out, pop out, I know it's the one. So let's see what? It is actually the 963 Hertz card. Okay. You guys wonder why I'm here for in the cards. This is exactly why. So, it said 963 Hertz, but this is 9. Oh, it is 963. The true state of being. Okay. That's card number 31, which is a 4. So you can also look on YouTube for 963 Hertz and listen to those tones. Let me see if I love this channel called Source Vibrations, and they have this Solfeggio Frequencies album number 2, and let me see what 963 Source Vibrations. I think they just have, it's the activating the solfeggio. That's 936. So energy transcendence, a pure tone of energy transcendence and numinous accord. So you can look for, this is what their channel looks like here. And this is their logo. So look for that little, I love this particular channel. Their frequencies are high vibrational. Their Fibonacci, and you can also find their albums, I think, on Amazon Music. Possibly, yes. Let's see here. Silent Communion is this particular one. I don't want to get a copyright violation, but I will put it's a 7-minute tone and experience. So I will put that in the links to the show notes as well. It's important for me to do that because it just said we have to pull another card, and that guidance and frequency is needful for us clearly at this time. So let's see here. The true state of being is the I am. 963 Hertz has shown up as you are on the right path to discovering the all, the oneness, the connection to everything seen and unseen, heard and unheard, our true nature of being. You are awakening on your journey of self-discovery and self-healing. Your vibrational frequency is increasing and expanding as you follow your soul's path. This card is a reminder that life is a journey and not a destination. Honor all of who you are and what you represent. As we learn life's lessons, it brings us one step closer to fulfilling our obligations and being true to who we are. Along the way, we learn hardships, pain, humility, love, spirit, respect, conflict, happiness, and sadness. And all of these meld us to who we are today. You are on the right track. Okay, thank you. High five, right? Frequency. By using certain sounds and frequencies, we are able to enhance our senses and create a deeper connection to spirit. Every sound has a different vibration, and 963 hertz has the sound C, S-I. I don't know if it's Psi or C, but we're going to look it up and see here. 963 hertz brings us and any system back to its original state of being. It's connected to the all, our return to oneness, spirit, and our direct connection to spirit. It allows us to experience our true nature on every level imaginable. The number 9 is the universal frequency. When we compound the number 963, 9 plus 6 plus 3, we get 9. The practical application. Keep following your heart and trusting your intuition. Accept guidance from spirit and practice stillness and meditation. Okay. Stillness and meditation. Look at these together. You can see my halo, the halo of energy. Okay, practicing stillness and meditation. Oh, love it. Let go of all control. Continue your journey as it feels right for you. Maintain a balance and maintain balance in speaking from the heart and expressing your soul's desire. Speaking from the heart, speak your truth. Card number 22 is where we started. And speaking from the heart. Okay, beautiful. Maintain balance in speaking from the heart and expressing your soul's desire. Keep an open channel to spirit and allow yourself to trust in the messages you receive. Live, love, laugh. If you have drawn the awakening card with 963 hertz, know your process is being accelerated. Honor it and work with it. Don't try to control the course you are on. The card numerology is 9. The crystal suggestions are the 12 synergy stones, clear quartz, platonic solids, clear quartz, morganite, and selenite. Okay, and I do have some morganite, I think, in the other room. Wonderful. Wow. I love it. This is so affirming and beautiful information. We are on the right path. So the turbulence is going to be okay. Just trust yourself as we are on riding this higher vibe. All right. So we're going to get one last card here from the Sea Oracle. And so if you're in the chat and if you would put another number in here, for us, we will go with that. 1, 2, or 3. This is just so delightful. I hope that you also are enjoying it as you are receiving this for your journey as well. We are definitely doing it. All right, we got number 2. Thank you for holding it down in the chat this evening. I appreciate you so much. We're grounding it. You know, it's good to have a Taurus energy. We got a Taurus rising in here helping to ground down that energy into the frequency. So that balance is definitely helpful for me this evening, and I appreciate it. All right, let's see here. Number 2. One more shuffle after this. top and bottom. Oh, I could already tell you. So this deck is so beautiful. It is the Soul Journeys Oracle cards. Now there are 4 cycles of cards in this, and each one of them has a different back. The backs mean something. And then the front of the card is a different picture that means an additional energy. So we have here on this first card, look at all this beautiful bubbles and energy of water, which is so complementary to our waters as well that we got in the card. So this particular segment, we're going to first see what this section has to do with. So the author of this deck is Pippa Best. So she's got a beautiful blog and does sea soul journeys and posts and things, and it's just really beautiful. All right, this is the back image of letting go. Bubbles arise from beneath the sea as the light calls us to the surface. The color is teal, and the sea soul journey ocean qualities are balance, courageous, heard, release, lightness, faith, clear, bliss, forgive, fluid, space, wild. The Sea Soul Journey mantra. Like the sea, I ebb and flow, rise and fall. I face fear with compassion and claim my path. I speak my truth and I am heard. As I surrender, I am lifted. As I rise, my soul lightens. I hold faith as the ocean holds me. From here to the horizon, my perception clears. I am tenderly here and with you. In the water, I forgive, release, and renew. I move forward as the stream finds a way to the sea. I am as spacious as the ocean. I let my wild soul free. We instinctively head to the ocean when we need to let go. As we release, we create space to listen to our deepest knowing, practice greater mindfulness and self-care, and explore new possibilities. We experience both loss and hope. This theme encourages you towards positive change as you release what no longer serves you, such as behaviors, relationships, stuff, and stories. It helps you to gain perspective, find faith and courage, and open up new horizons and rise again. Okay, I am going to get rid of stuff for sure. I receive it. I receive it. Okay, and I'm looking here at the back and I'm realizing I have to pull up a card here. So you're going to have to give me a second after I finish reading this one. But we have faith. And this beautiful little sailboat sailing across this peaceful ocean, sitting here, and it looks almost like the shape of a mermaid in the ocean behind it, like my little mermaid there on the wall behind us. But it says here, may trust steady your fears. Love it. Okay, let me see if I can go ahead and get that photo pulled up here. One moment. So this is from the Sweet Ass Affirmations deck, which is it's a cool deck. It's funky, it's cool. And there's a new Kickstarter coming out for their Oracle deck. He's got 3 affirmation decks. His name is Heath, and he's a creative and fun personality from what I've seen and encountered with his decks. And so I'm just laughing because everybody wanted to buy those cards this weekend when I had them out for people to touch and play. They were like, are these for sale? And so, they must have resonated in a level because of his fun spirit. So let me see if I can make this bigger and open this one too. So we'll get these up as soon as we finish reading this faith card. And of course, I am a child of the 80s, so I love hearing, George Michael, because you got to have faith, faith, faith. I got to have faith. So I have faith, right? And trust that we are sailing into calmer waters. May trust steady your fears. All right, let's see here what the guidance is on this card. Oh, this is just part of why I do it. It's so much fun. Get to the right section here. Here we go. Alphabetics, right? In the sea, you relinquish control. Counting your imperfect strengths, you reach for the faith to steady your fears and allow the water to take you. Returning from even the shortest of courageous journeys, a residue of trust shimmers on your skin. Woo, I love it. The blessings. May you step bravely forward into the unknown. May you know that you are loved, whatever the outcome. May you carry hope back to the shore for others. May you trust yourself fully. The mantra, I hold faith as the ocean holds me. All right, that is so beautiful. I love it. Now, let me share with you the card that we have here about with the same situation. Oh, I gotta get it open. Sorry. I thought it was open. Okay, here we come. Or not. Okay, is it gonna make it big? Let's see. Oh, I know. It's operator air. I shake away my fears and doubts and sail to my treasures. Look at that, on a field of stars and beautiful purple and energy. It's just so cool. So the guidance for the back of the card, I'll pull that up here next. Or not. Everything is in patience, right? Okay. Here we go. I shake away my fears. Easier said than done, right? But just like twerking, the more you do it, the easier it gets. You may even become addicted to the adrenaline of proving that nervous friend inside of your head wrong. That voice wants to protect you, but it also doesn't know how powerful you are. All ships are safest at shore, but that's not what ships are for. Unfurl your sails and harness the wind. An ocean of treasure awaits. Okay, how beautiful is that? I mean, have faith. An ocean of treasure awaits. May trust steady your fears. All right, so now our last guidance for today is look at this. We already know this is going to be leading into the unknown. And I had on my Facebook page, I may still have it. My front cover is that, you have to step off into the unknown. I can't remember, it's a quote, but I'll put it also in the description note. So this is for the section, this back image is for the section of moving forward. Okay, so we are letting go so that we can move forward. All right, so the letting go card says, the image is a wooden jetty reaches out into clear green blue waters and the color is green. The journey of the qualities are imagine, begin, believe, decide, journey, curious, hope, stretch, persist, powerful, love, and shine. All right. The Sea Soul Journey mantra. I dream my vision into being. Wow. I dream my vision into being. I love that. Okay. Each breath is a new beginning. To believe in the ocean is to believe in myself. The longings of my soul steer me forward. Adventure calls me on to be the sea. I discover myself in the world afresh. Hope is the wind to my sail. I stretch to open, to soften, and to grow. I move onward as I rise and as I rest. I hold the power of the ocean within me. Wow, I hold the power of the ocean within me. Oh my goodness. Whew. Love is a boundless force that guides me as I shine a light, a path for others. The sea sings to us of adventure and unexplored horizons. It ignites our imagination, inspires our creativity, and emboldens us to step away from land to explore new worlds. This theme supports you as you envision a fresh path, connect to your soul longings, and develop your strengths. It encourages you to take your first steps, to dive in and keep on swimming. It calls you to follow your wildest dreams, witness your own power, and by doing so, inspire others to do the same. I love it. Just keep swimming. Great advice, right? We haven't even gotten to the back of the card yet. So this is beautiful. All right. So we have this beautiful imagine. Ooh, you may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. Okay, imagine. I love it. That's one of my favorite songs, and I'm going to listen to it before I go to bed because we are all dreamers, dreaming this new consciousness into the opportunity and grounding it down into create this beautiful new world. Thank you for all of this. This is just a blessing to me, and I'm so grateful that I'm able to share this with you. So may you look beyond what can be seen. All right. We are creating something new. That's why we have to get out of the mind, because the mind creates frameworks based on what it has already experienced and tries to solve problems out of that space. True inventions come from beyond the mind, and they come through our heart, so that we can imagine a world where all are loved and known and safe and supported to be their fullest self. So let us see what this imagine card says here. Oh, I just love this. The reflection. The undersea world reflects your imagination, rich with instinctive impulses, ideas, and emotions. Immersed, you can look within, behind, and beyond your current experience and explore new possibilities without fear. The blessing, may you conceive of it. May you conceive of it. Yes, yes, yes. May you conceive of it. May you be led by bold dreams and intuition. Okay. Wow. May you may your creativity flow. May you seek the possible in the impossible. The mantra, I dream my vision into being. Wow. That is a beautiful message. I just can't imagine. Well, of course, I can't imagine how much better it's going to get, but I am going to be delighted to continue to be surprised by this journey. And I'm just so, so, so grateful that my soul signed up to be here for all of this and to be able to hold the vision of love and consciousness and acceptance and empowerment and humanity that is based on kindness, that I get to hold this frequency and to be that frequency on the earth and to foster more of whatever that is going to look like. So thank you for being here and for this message. When you find it, it is in the right and divine time for you. May you know that you are loved beyond anything that you could possibly conceive of. Namaste.